Hello and welcome to our very special guest from Infinity Galaxy, Ms. Rajia Gilani and Mr. Ahmed Raja Yusufi. Welcome, sir,
Thank you.
and welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Mr. Farah.
So it's such a pleasure to be back on the show here after a brief break. And we again come back to get your expert opinion on some of the crucial topics on the oil and gas industry. So straight up, the first question would be, we have seen that the crude has been hovering around 84 US dollar on the Brent. The markets expect the demand in China to go up and support the prices. Do you see any other factor which might affect the same?
Hi, Mr. Farah, and thank you for the show. I want to answer this question based on the current facts. As you see in the table, this is the bitumen that I will share this table with you after the show. Bitumen, crude, HSFO, and the bitumen. If you see, we have an increase on the HSFO and also bitumen price from the first week of the February. That's mainly observed in the Singapore fuel and the South Korea bitumen. That's a sign of the economic growth of China because China mainly import the bitumen from the South Korea, and we see an increase from the first week of the February happen. And unless a fall yesterday, the fuel of Singapore about 60 US dollar. In last 2 weeks, all the trend of the fuel in Singapore was increasing. Based on the seasons of the March CNN report, also we see that the China set the economic growth target around 5% on 2023, which can be an approval of the answer that yes, the situation is showing that the current range of oil price will be stable, most probably due to the situation of improvement in China. And we didn't see any sign of a decrease for the crude right now.
It is an interesting observation you made about the China announcement about the 5% GDP target forecast. The wording from the China was rather unusual in the sense they said around 5%. Normally, the GDP forecast from the China government is a little bit more differently worded, so to say. So we'll wait and watch. So we come back to our next question, which is the bitumen prices have been going up in Iran, despite the local currency weakening and fall in Singapore prices. Do you see some shortages in product availability supporting prices? And will this trend continue?
Yes, Mr. Farah. Bitumen situation in Iran is currently very complicated, and that is the main reason that we requested not to have any interview during the last 2 weeks. Generally, it is expected that to see improvement in export rate while USD value against Iran real is increasing. But when it happens in a short period of time, and we see a devaluation of around 40%, it is not necessarily a good sign to see the improvement in export because other internal costs will be affected accordingly, and they will increase too. On the other hand, due to the increase of demands from different markets, during the last week, we observed over 120% competition among the Iranian refineries, which was observed for the first time. Actually, to sum up, I have to mention 6 factors. First of all, increase of demand. Secondly, the expectation of price decrease in Iran in an international level. Shortage of storages in some of the countries like India. The increase of local costs in Iran, as well as approaching our New Year. We are approaching our New Year in less than 2 weeks. And the severe fluctuation of US dollar based on each political incident are the factors that should be taken into consideration. In current situation, we predict the upward trend unless the exchange rate might fluctuate in any way and any direction. Otherwise, we see any unexpected and unseen factors in the market, which is not in fact observed right now in the market.
It's a fairly complex situation, and our prayers with the people of Iran to overcome this volatility and extreme situation. So we look forward to that.
We hope
We hope
so.
so.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining in. It was a pleasure having you.
Our
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.